Hi everyone, this is Mr. Stewart here with your assignment video for the animation course Level 3, Week 4. Alright, so let's get started. Okay, so this week we are going to do our introductory assignment for storyboarding. And so we're going to start with a little sample script here we have, and I'm going to send you this script and you're going to read through it. That's going to be the first thing that you do. And as you read through it, it's a good idea to start thinking visually. Start thinking through what kind of shots I could create. What does this environment look like? So maybe doing a little sketch of the whole area, figuring out where the tree is, where Cowboy is, and where Mouse is. Where the chain is, how all of that works, where's the rock. Figuring out all the different pieces and working that out. And is this going to make sense? If I've got the tree here, will I have a tree limb there? And as you read through the script, you'll understand where all of these things come into play and how they work together. So if I can have Mouse come up here, I can have him be up in the tree, and if I have the rock. And it doesn't have to be like this. It can look however you want it to look like, but it's got to include this rock. It's got to include a tree limb that hangs over Cowboy, and it's got to include Cowboy being chained up to the tree, Mouse being smaller than Cowboy. So the basic idea is you start working that out. Now, once you've kind of worked that out, you can kind of just put a box around it and start off at least knowing this is going to be my establishing shot. Let's remember we have basically 5 different shots we're going to work with, 5 different camera angles. So we have our establishing shot or our wide shot where we see everything in play. We see all of the different pieces. We know all of the different things that are going to be important visually to our story. The rock, the tree, the chain, the dog. So that would be our wide shot. Then we would have a full shot, which would be a shot where we would see one of the characters in full body. And then we would have the medium shot, where we're going to see kind of chest up a character. And then we have our close-up. Sometimes referred to as C/U, like that. And then we have our extreme close-up. And those are the kind of 5 shots we're going to use. Now, you can cut back and forth, especially if you're cutting from different characters to different characters, from a close-up to another close-up. But a lot of times, it's good to mix these up, to cut from a full shot to a close-up, to a medium, to another close-up or an extreme close-up. So mixing them up rather than just going from the same full shot to full shot to full shot to full shot. It gives you a little bit more visual interest. Okay, and once we have kind of figured out our placement of all of the different pieces in the story, I'm going to move the script aside here, then we can start just roughing out visually some ideas and how we would walk through this. So we're almost always going to start with some kind of establishing shot at some point. Now, we're going to start with the script. It starts off as we are over black. So we're going to know we're going to have black, and we're going to have the first few moments of dialogue read over black. So we can just kind of write in there, I hate, and work through that. And then it's going to fade in, and we're going to read, or we're going to reveal probably the establishing shot, the wide shot. We're going to reveal it. Here's Mouse, our cat. Here is this sprawling farm. He's probably even a little bit too big in this. Maybe make him really little so we see the big tree. We don't want to reveal Cowboy yet. And then we'll probably cut in to a full shot to really see that as Mouse is talking, he really is a cat and not a dog like he thinks. Then we can see some of the action. So if he scratches himself like a dog, if he begins to pick up a bone and chew it, that full shot allows us to see all of those ideas. And you can do extra drawings to show that scratching and then the chewing of the bone. And these thumbnails can be really, really rough. You're just kind of working out what you're going to use, what kinds of shot you're going to use. Then, as Mouse begins to continue talking, he will begin to walk screen right. Now, screen right is as you're looking at the frame. The right side of the frame is screen right, and the left side of the frame is screen left. So it doesn't have anything to do with the character's right or left, it's your right or left. So we can have a shot, or maybe a drawing, because we're still probably, we could still be on a full shot, or we could cut in. We could cut into a little bit. We could start him walking and then maybe cut in a little bit closer and see him walking like this. And then as we pan over, somehow we are going to reveal. Now we could do that in a wide shot. We could cut in close, have Mouse stop, and then cut out to another full shot and see him sitting next to this massive dog Cowboy and how the tree works in there. And so this is kind of what you're doing. You're working through all these different shots. You're going to write in basically notes of the dialogue that you're going to use in which frame, and you're going to plan everything out. And so once you have everything planned out and you have the kind of panels you want, then we're going to open up our storyboard panel sheet, and you can begin to do nicer drawings of the characters. And you can design it on a different sheet. You can be really rough. It doesn't need to be a great drawing, but like for this close-up drawing, you can do, you know, a pretty simple character like this. And if he's talking, open his mouth. And that can be enough, as long as we understand kind of what's around him. So if we need to see the tree, we want to make sure you draw in the tree. Or you can do more detailed storyboards if you'd like, and you could put a little bit more effort into the drawing. So hopefully that helps and makes sense. You're going to then, once you're done with all these drawings, scan these pages. You can scan it all as one page, so 2 drawings per page, and label them 1, 2, 3 order. We'll get into how to label storyboards in future lessons, but for now, just label them in order, 1, 2, and make sure you write down the dialogue that's happening in this frame. So if you say dogs, though, that's a whole different, and then he can have a different expression here on story, on the word story. All right. Well, good luck, everyone. If you have any questions, let me know. But otherwise, have a great week.